fans, I'm here with Gary Nichols, owner of Nichols Marine here. Hey Gary, looks like you're having a very successful night here at the Meet the Pros event that you're having.
It really has been. It's nice to have you guys out this evening. We've got a great crowd, a lot of customers, a lot of new faces in the crowd. All the pros came out for the event, and that's been really, it's been good for the area. We're excited to have the Classic here. It's working out really good.
Great. Well, what are some of the brands that y'all carry here at Nichols Marine?
Well, tonight, of course, we're premiering our Triton brand.
Right.
And we've got all the Triton pros out. Of course, Triton is a sponsor, major sponsor of the Bassmasters Classic.
Correct.
And we've got a lot of the leadership of Triton boats here also. So it's nice to have those guys here. And let everybody that owns a Triton in the crowd get to talk to the people that actually built their boats. And most of the pros here are Triton pros, so they can talk to the guys about how the boats run, what they expect out of their rigs, and it kind of gives everybody a good perspective of what they can expect out of theirs when they buy them.
Hey fans, if you're looking for a good Triton boat, come down and check out Gary Nichols here at Nichols Marine.
Hi, this is Joel Clark with the 2013 Bassmaster Classic coverage here live at Nichols Marine with Kevin VanDam. He's going to give us a little bit of insight about what he thinks about the weather, and if it's going to play havoc on the fish with the fishermen, and what he took to get here.
Yeah, you know, I think the weather is going to be probably the biggest factor in this whole deal. It's going to be more havoc, I'd say, on the fishermen than the fish. You know, the fish down here are kind of used to it. And I've heard that they bite pretty well when it's like this, but you know, it's really going to freak some guys out. You know that. You know, you may not get a bite till 11 o'clock. You know, so they fish down through their best spots, and they don't bite. You know, people start spinning and start fishing too fast at that point, and it's a lot tougher.
Makes sense.
So we'll see, I guess. You know, it all depends. You know, on exactly what happens throughout the day.
So challenges. What have you found so far to be the greatest challenge? Getting on the tour, preparation, etc. that you found so far being a Bassmaster elite.
The toughest part is just getting to know the lakes and stuff that you go to. You know, most of these lakes that I've been to, like Grand Lake specifically for this, it's the first time I've been here.
Yes.
You know, so I'm trying to, I read a lot of Bassmaster as I was, as a kid. I'm looking online and all the different things all the time. So I try to use all that knowledge and try to, even though I've never been here, I got an idea of kind of what to do. So. That's probably the hardest part, is just getting to know the places that we're going to, and you take your fair share of whoopings.
Sure,
that happens.
A lot of sticks out there, right?
Exactly, those guys are the best there is. So it's tough to compete, at that level if you don't have too much experience.
Well, we appreciate your time and good luck.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Best wishes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, guys.
Folks, Jeff Dorger with Get a Limit Outdoors here with Matt Lee, Classic Qualifier. Matt, tell us about how you got here and what do you think is the plan for this Classic tournament?
Man, the whole thing's been a blessing. I mean, I qualified last year through the National Championship, College Bass National Championship, and just how they've brought up college fishing. 5 years ago, you would have gotten a plaque and say congratulations, and now you're fishing the Bassmaster Classic. I mean, how awesome is that? And so it's a blessing to be here. But, you want to be here, you want to do well. Being here is one thing and doing well is another, showing out. And there's a lot of college people out there, college kids, fishing team guys that really want you to do good, show you can hang. So there's a lot of added pressure, but at the same time you got to go out and just fish within your means and go out there and find what you can find and see how it turns out.
Talking about that pressure, you're here with the likes of Kevin VanDam, Terry Scroggins. I mean, we got some big names on this water. How does that set with you?
Well, I'm kind of just blow it off, and I'll just go do my own thing. The first morning, Kevin VanDam pulls in the pocket beside me. So then you start thinking, what's he thinking about? Is he doing the same kind of thing that I'm doing? What's he throwing? He's throwing a jerkbait, okay, me too. And then I'd go 2 hours without catching anything. And I'd just get mad at myself and just say, man, just go around the fish. Go pick up a jig, go down the banks, a little steep bank, and catch one about 4, catch one about 3.5. I'm like, okay, you just fish your way. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. So really, I learned that lesson pretty quick out there, and so that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I got a lot of areas where I caught some fish in, and I'm gonna go fish around and see how they're biting. If they're biting a jerk bait or a jig better, or we'll see.
How do you think this weather's going to shape up? Is it going to affect the fishermen more than the fish, or what do you think? What's your feelings on that?
Well, I didn't have a single juice hole that I needed to hold up. I got a lot of different areas to check, and so I think it's going to make people fish by the seat of their pants. You really, like Bradley Roy just told me, the person that might win this tournament doesn't know they're going to win it. A lot of times it's not like that. A lot of times guys know before the tournament starts they're really going to hammer them with it. And I think you're really going to have to adapt and change every day. It's going to be post front, it's going to be cold, it's going to start to warm, it's going to change a lot.
Well, in 3 days, you know, we're going to have, we'll be starting out freezing tomorrow, a little bit warmer on Saturday. By Sunday, they're talking 60 degrees. While you were practicing, did you notice that bite changing up? Because y'all practice in a little bit of the same pattern of that.
Definitely. On Saturday, it never got above freezing hardly. And I go around and catch some fish on a jig on a certain bank, and I go around trying to duplicate that, and I did. And then Sunday, I wake up, and I try to find the same kind of banks. Couldn't get a bite. So I switched up, I picked up the jerkbait, started fishing, fishing down a couple pockets, and then I get in certain places. There might be, a little nick or knack here on the bank, and I go look for that, and I start to duplicate it and catch them. So every day I caught fish. Every day was different. So it's going to change all tournament long. I hope I make it to the last day, because a lot of guys said that last day of practice when it was 65, they had a really tough day. And for me, I caught some good ones on that day. So the cold, I don't mind the cold. I'll stick it out with the best of them. But I was catching pretty good when it was warmer. So I hope I can make it that last day and really have a shot at it, because I think I can catch it.
Well, Matt, what are your predictions? What do you think it's going to take to make the cut weight on this deal?
Well, before, everybody asked me before, and I thought, to win it, it would be 61-15, my guess. It might be a little bit lower than that because of post front and a warming trend, because warming trend on a lake like this can really mess them up. And so it might be like 58 to win it. I think the cut is probably going to be, top 25 will be, I'm going to say 14 or 15 pounds a day. I think there's going to be a lot of 16, 17 pound bags, and then it's going to fall off a little bit after that. But
well, Matt, get out there and represent, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good luck out there on the Classic.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're going to get some coverage here with the two gentlemen, Gerald Swindle, Casey Ashley. We're going to get two perspectives, making the Classic and just missing the Classic. So we'll jump right in. Go ahead.
You know what, Casey and I have been friends. We fish together, fish against each other, and I watched this guy start his career coming up, making classics. And to be in Tulsa this week, I'm excited. I'm here to participate. I'm here to try to win $500,000. Yep. And then I come to the show today and I see Casey, and I know how close he got to the Classic. So we start comparing what it's like, the emotional roller coaster. Me being here doesn't get any better. I can't sleep at night. I'm all jacked up on Diet Mountain Dew. I'm ready to catch one. And then I see him and I think how many hours he spent this year working, the amount of road time and the entry fees and money. And he's got to come to the show and work and meet and greet and smile and say, I missed it.
Tough challenge. Can you enlighten us a little bit on that? Give your perspective to the local anglers.
Well, I can tell you, I'd like to be standing right where he's
sure.
On that side of the fence. But, it comes with the ball game. You got to be able to do this part as well as experience. Gerald knows that better than anybody. Sure. He's the best in the business. But, that's what it's about. You don't make a Classic, it gives you that drive next year to get out there. It's not really like punishment, but it kind of is.
It's the motivation. This is the best motivation in the world.
Sure.
It's to come, and we always pick up, Jim. We say, what kind of shoes you going to wear to stand on the carpet all day and meet people? Because let me tell you, I missed the Classic, and I sit in the stands, and I can remember how it lit a fire in me burning to want to be better, to not ever make that mistake again. And I think, it is for the fans, it's what they want. They want to shake Casey's hand. They want to talk to him about his music career, his brain, the guitar. Like him, he's looking around thinking, as this season starts on the Sabine River, I'm going to lay it all out.
Yep. And the worst part is when you walk into the stadium, watch these guys play, that's tough.
It can be challenging.
It's like you had this really hot girlfriend, and she broke up with you, and you go to the junior high dance, and she's slow dancing with Ricky Smith. How bad it hurt you? That's what this. She's slow dancing really close.
That's kind of a fake.
He's going to make it next year. I got a feeling he's going to be the next year. Last, two perspectives on the lake. How do you think this ultimately the weather is going to affect the fish or the fishermen? I'll get both perspectives.
Start with me first. Don't miss it. All right. The weather is really
it's challenging.
But let me tell you, you got 56,
53.
53 is the best thing.
Sure, absolutely.
Make no mistake, they're going to catch it. They're going to catch it. They ain't going to tell you all this stuff, practice and stuff. We can't catch a fish. They ain't had a bite. Let me tell you something. Everyone catch it.
Right.
I mean, they're going to show you what this lake's made of. I've been here one time before.
Yep.
Jared's been here several times. This place has got them. I don't care if it's not.
Interesting. That's great.
The weather only affects the fishermen.
Okay.
The fish were wet when it started, and the fish were cold before it started. And last year when it got really cold, you're not going to believe it's day 8 because they're still living right now.
I get it.
So it's not going to affect anything but how we feel. You know, your hands. And I think that comes down to these tournaments are simply, these are really soul-searching battles because you take a guy and get him where you can't feel his hands, you can't feel his feet. If you're not careful, you can take him out of the game. But some of these guys have the fight in them that no matter what happens, they're going to work through that and work through that. At all costs, they're going to catch it.
We want to personally thank you guys. You guys bring a lot of excitement to the tour, and you do a great deal for all your brands that you represent. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.